latérales. Là, on va voir le coach qui sont à côté, je pense. Ouais. Oui, son coach, ils sont là. Ils encouragent. Come on. C'est pas mal, ils vont parler. Les spécialistes, ils le savent. Je vais montrer l'autre là-bas.
Daniela Ryf will be there in about 6 minutes, so very close. While it says about 1.1K, but I still think it's probably really about 5 minutes. We'll see her come across, and Holly Lawrence just behind, only 3 minutes 40 seconds behind.
Indeed, here we have a up close of Holly Lawrence, and then of course back to Daniela Ryf as she makes her way through up to that 20.6 kilometer marker, where she will make her way towards the finish line to claim her 5th historic 70.3 World Championship. Again, let's not understate how impressive that is, that consistency across that many years. At a distance that sees a lot of turnover, quite honestly. You see a lot of women coming up, maybe from short course, and the pace of these races is just, it's getting harder and harder. So for Daniela to be able to maintain that dominance across this distance is really impressive.
Didi, you know what's tough is if you just examine the training load, to be able to race as fast as these women are, it takes a special balance of training. You have to really dial it in to come here and be healthy enough, especially when Ironman's on the horizon for a few of them, to be able to push the limits of the speed necessary now to be competitive and hold up and be still injury-free as you approach the final 5 weeks. It's really, I think, a testament to the coaches, to the teams, the collaboration of these athletes and who supports them, how they're going about their business. It's really now, I think folks say, well, how are they going so much faster now at Ironman? How are they going so much faster at the 70.3? What is going on? Well, I think just the learning and the knowledge and understanding that if you are going to push it right up to the edge and over, you can only stay over for a little bit. And then you have to come back, cool the jets, make sure your body can tolerate what you're giving to it. These times, Didi, you remember it wasn't that long ago, anything under 125 for a women's 70.3 time was unheard of.
Yep. Well, it's like a lot of these women have come up from short course and just maintained that speed and really trained themselves to be able to hold it for twice the distance. So now we've got sort of, Olympic distance specialists coming up to 70.3 and saying, yeah, this is how fast I run for a 10K. I'm just going to do it for a 20K. And that's the kind of progression we're seeing, of course, led by this woman, Daniela Ryf, who's just setting such a high standard and saying to all of the athletes, look, this is what's possible. And athletes sort of waking up and realizing, okay, if she can do it, I can figure out a way. And maybe it's not executed in quite the same way. But again, we look back in the field at a Chelsea Soldaro who swims very, very well, runs brilliantly. If she can gain strength on the bike, she's right in there. Holly Lawrence, we know, what is capable for her. She's running as well, if not better, by her assessment than she did before her injury. And I think the more consistency and the more run miles she puts back in her legs post-injury, again, she's got room to grow. Lucy Charles Barkley is so super young, great future for her. I just think there's so much potential out there. It's really exciting to see.
It is. It's a great time. And now, as we watch Daniela Ryf be able to celebrate and smile and let loose a bit, she's savoring this whole last half kilometer, 500 meters, looks over just to make sure, because nobody wants that to happen to them, a accidental early celebration. But this is it. Soak it up. No one has ever done this before, not even close. In 14 years of Ironman 70.3 racing, you are the only one now to cross the finish line champion, and the finish tape held by legends Paula Newby-Fraser on the left and Heather Fear on the right. The total of Ironman wins there, come on, 24, about 38.
The knowledge and experience holding that banner is something else. Not to mention the woman about to break the tape. That's some knowledge and experience as well.
There you go, Daniela Ryf, our 2019 Ironman 70.3 World champion. And look how close we are watching as Daniela Ryf soaks up her victory. Back to Holly Lawrence. She's found that form. She never lost the form, but she's streamlined again, and she is running in. Proud, I have to say, to savor the second place. What a well-fought battle. She gave it everything, and you can see that as she still takes the aid closing into this final stretch. It's so important. We've seen bad things happen in closing K. She also knows there's heat behind at the likes of Imogen Simmons, but Holly Lawrence stamping her comeback with authority, saying, I have returned to the upper echelons, the top podium of the best of the best. Holly Lawrence, I'm impressed and very happy to see this effort.
Again, the only loss that Holly has suffered this year has been to Daniela Ryf at the Oceanside 70.3 all the way back in April, early April of this year. So again, I think, it was an off day, I think, for her at that race. She was disappointed in her bike, and I think she had some high aspirations for at least being a little bit closer to Daniela here. Not meant to be, but still phenomenal performance, coming off just a heartbreaking year of really, really dreadful injury, surgery, and a comeback that has seen her so dominant just in her first year back racing.
So wow, as we watch Holly Lawrence close out her final meters, take a look at that 1:18:37 split that Daniela Ryf notched on the run here for this Hoka One One course. Exceptional stuff, and we can dive in and hear the interview. We are seeing Holly Lawrence on the right as Daniela Ryf shares a few words with the adoring fans and Paul K. But now closing Ks, as we said, closing meters. As we said, this is Holly Lawrence, and there you go. That's Ellie Salthouse, and she's giving that fight, coming through, going to try and wrap around. She wants to run hard, and back to you saying how much credit does she deserve for fighting it out when she's clearly last year in the top 6. This year, derailed by mechanical, giving a good fight, getting a good effort. Ellie Salthouse, she is a superstar, and it's great to see her. That's hard. She's got to
really
it's got to be
tough.
hard to be 10K behind.
It's tough to be that far behind, particularly in this scenario when you've got the champion already lapping you. You've got second place running up on you. For an athlete of Ellie's capacity, that it wouldn't have been unreasonable to expect her to be in the top 10 in this race, potentially the top 5 on a great day. And so really hard for her, but she's out there giving it her all. But here we go, Holly Lawrence, second place here. You can see the emotion, the pain. As you said, Michael, she has emptied the tank.
And she finished with a 1:20.08, only just under 4 minutes back of really arguably one of the greatest we've ever seen in the sport, men or women. Daniela Ryf congratulating the former Ironman 70.3 champion Holly Lawrence. So between those two women, 6 titles they've dominated since 2015. Exceptional stuff. So wow, what a show.
Yeah, absolutely incredible show. And again, Holly Lawrence, the only woman to have beaten Daniela Ryf in the past several years, and certainly, as we can see on screen here today, gave it her all today, and just came up short. But a great performance as we see our third place, Imogen Simmons, the Swiss athlete, coming home to a third place performance. Great performance for her. She'll be thrilled with this, and great day for her.
Very smooth. She looks amazing. amazing as she comes across. A nice smile, well earned, a podium finish, the best overall international results. Sure, she's won Ironman 70.3s, but this, a podium, well done, Imogen Simmons from Switzerland. We will get a few things, including hopefully an interview from Matt Lieta with our top 2 or 3. We'll also get our podium celebration. So folks, just keep in mind that. We're going to try and also share with you others crossing the line, and a reminder that our cameras do stay here, and you can kind of keep a view of those finishers all the way through till the end of the day if you're looking to catch a glimpse of your age group, athlete, family, friend, or